Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of Around the League. Today we are updating our video for the Big Sky Conference. 11 schools make up this conference or will going forward into the future, with one school that has been a longtime member of this conference leaving and being replaced by two more in the state of Utah. We're going to start up in Washington and work our way around the western United States. That one school up in Washington we are going to find on the eastern side of the state in Cheney. So find Spokane and go just to the southwest. There you should find Cheney, Washington, and Eastern Washington University. Of course, the Big Sky Conference does have its own football side of things in the FCS, and one of the more iconic football fields in college football, the red field of Roos Field there at Eastern Washington University, home of the Eastern Washington Eagles. We go across the border into Idaho, two schools in Idaho. They're both the state universities. First one is across the way from Pullman in Moscow, and that is home to the University of Idaho, the Idaho Vandals. Of course, another iconic football stadium right there at the Kibbe Dome. One stadium I have not been to, but it is on my bucket list to go see a game sometime in my life. Home of the University of Idaho. Idaho State is located further south. We have to go all the way to Pocatello. So find Pocatello, Idaho on the kind of southeastern corner and zoom in here, and you should be able to find Idaho State University located right there on the southern side of town. There, of course, is the ICCU Dome, another indoor stadium for football, but that is home to the Idaho State Bengals there in Pocatello, Idaho. Zoom out here, we're going to Montana, two more state schools in the state of Montana. First one we're going to touch on is up in Missoula. And up in Missoula is the home of the University of Montana. The Grizz, they play right there at Washington Grizzly Stadium. And their state rivals, the defending champions for FCS football as of me recording this video, are located in Bozeman. So zoom in on Bozeman, and there we should be able to find Montana State University, home to the Montana State Bobcats. Zoom out here, let's then go down to Utah. A few schools in Utah. The first one we're going to touch on is down in Ogden. Zoom in on Ogden, just to the north of Salt Lake City, and the school we're looking there is Weber State University. It is pronounced Weber State, of course, named after the Weber River, but if we zoom in here, we should be able to find Weber State by going just to the southeast of the city center of Ogden. Go over here towards the mountains, and there it is right there. The Weber State Wildcats call Stewart Stadium home there in Ogden, Utah. We go down to Cedar City, Utah. Easiest way to find Cedar City is on our way to St. George, the southwestern half of the state. Zoom in here. The school we're looking for in Cedar City is Southern Utah University. Zoom in here. Should be fairly easy to find. There it is right in the center of town there. SUU, home of the Thunderbirds. Just joined the conference, one of the new members. And they share that new membership with a neighbor to the southwest. In the very, very far corner of the state, we are going to find St. George, Utah. And St. George, Utah, zoom in here, home to Utah Tech University, of course, formerly known as Dixie State. Their school team is known as the Trailblazers, Utah Tech University Trailblazers. Located there, play football at Greater Zion Stadium, just shy of Zion National Park in St. George, Utah. Zoom out here, we're going over to Colorado. There is one school in Colorado, and it's up in Greeley. So if we zoom in on Fort Collins, just to the southeast is the school known as University of Northern Colorado. The UNC Bears play football at Nottingham Field there. UNC in Greeley, Colorado. Not to be confused with UNA or NAU, located in Flagstaff, Arizona. Similar colors as well, the blue and gold of Northern Arizona University. The Lumberjacks play most of their sports at the very unique J. Lawrence Walkup Sky Dome there in Flagstaff, Arizona. And one more school we forgot to touch on up in the Northwest. If we zoom out here and go up to Oregon, there are a few schools in Portland, one of which, of course, is Portland University, but the one that plays in this conference is Portland State University. So if we zoom in on downtown, just to the south of downtown, there we find it basically 10 blocks to the southeast of Providence Park, Portland State University, a very urban campus there in Portland, Oregon. But those are all 11 schools that make up the Big Sky Conference. Let me know what you thought of this video, if there are other conferences you want us to update our videos for. Otherwise, we'll see you back on the channel, hopefully, sometime very, very soon.